Hey folks, welcome to DriveWise Deals, where we talk cars, car buying tips, and everything in between. Today we're going to dive into one of the most iconic sports cars on the planet, the Porsche 911 GTS. We'll cover everything you need to know, from the car's common issues to its maintenance costs, pros and cons, and what it really takes to own one. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of whether the Porsche 911 GTS is worth the investment, both in terms of thrills and upkeep. Did you know that while the Porsche 911 GTS is known for its legendary performance and timeless design, it's also notorious for some pretty expensive maintenance needs? Stick around, because we're breaking down not only the fun stuff like performance and driving experience, but also the nitty-gritty, how much you're really going to spend to keep this beast on the road. Let's start with what makes the Porsche 911 GTS such a special car. The GTS is that sweet spot in the 911 lineup, offering more power than the standard Carrera, but without going into full turbo territory. It comes with a twin turbocharged 3.0 lighter flat-six engine, producing around 450 horsepower, and it can hit 0 to 60 mph in just about 3.4 seconds. It's also known for its rear engine layout, which gives it that unique handling characteristic that Porsche fans love, like a go-kart on steroids. You've got a mix of luxury and performance here, with features like adaptive suspension, upgraded brakes, and a driver-focused interior that includes Porsche's iconic analog tachometer, surrounded by digital displays. This car is designed for driving enthusiasts who want the best of both worlds: track-ready performance and daily drivability. But, as with all high-performance cars, there's a price to pay when it comes to upkeep. Let's get into that now. Now, as amazing as the Porsche 911 GTS is, it's not without its flaws. Here are some of the most common issues that owners report. Oil leaks. This is a classic Porsche problem, especially as the car gets older. You might start to see oil seeping from areas like the rear main seal or the valve covers. It's not a deal breaker, but it can be a recurring issue and, of course, an expensive one to fix. IMS bearing failure. Older models. While this is less common in newer models, it's something that still haunts older 911s. The intermediate shaft IMS bearing can fail, which can cause catastrophic engine damage. Porsche addressed this in later models, but if you're buying a used 911 GTS, it's worth checking the service history to see if this has been upgraded. Brakes and rotors. The 911 GTS is a heavy car for its size, and it's designed to stop on a dime, but that means you're going to go through brake pads and rotors faster than on most other cars. Expect to replace these components regularly, especially if you're hitting the track or driving hard on back roads. Clutch wear, manual models. If you opt for the manual transmission, and let's be real, the manual is a big reason people buy these, the clutch can wear out faster, especially with aggressive driving. Clutch replacements on a Porsche aren't cheap, so factor that in. Expensive tires. The wide performance tires that come standard on the GTS not only wear out quickly, but are also pricey to replace. Expect to replace them more frequently than on a regular car. So what's the cost of keeping this Porsche 911 GTS in top shape? Let's break it down. Annual maintenance costs. On average, you're looking at around $1,000 to $2,500 per year for regular maintenance, oil changes, filters, and inspections. Keep in mind that Porsche parts are premium, so even basic services like oil changes will cost more than on a standard car. Brake replacements. A full brake job, pads, rotors, and labor can set you back anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000. If you drive hard or track the car, you'll be doing this more often than you'd like. Tire replacements. High-performance tires can cost anywhere between $2,500 to $2,000 for a full set, and given the GTS's power and weight, you'll likely need new tires every 10,000 to 15,000 miles, or sooner if you drive aggressively. Clutch replacement, manual models. If you're lucky enough to own a manual GTS, be prepared to pay around $2,500 to $3,500 for a clutch replacement. If you drive the car hard, you may need to replace it more frequently. Unscheduled repairs. Given the 911 GTS's complexity, things can and do go wrong. Repairs for issues like oil leaks or electrical gremlins can quickly add up, with costs often reaching $5,000 or more for more serious fixes. Alright, now let's weigh the pros and cons of owning a Porsche 911 GTS. Pros: performance. You simply can't beat the driving experience of a Porsche 911. It's fast, agile, and delivers an unmatched connection between the driver and the road. Timeless design. The 911's design is iconic. It's one of the few cars that looks as good now as it did decades ago. This means it holds its value pretty well in the long run. Daily usability. Unlike a lot of high-performance sports cars, the 911 GTS is surprisingly practical. It's comfortable enough for daily driving and has a decent-sized front trunk, or frunk. Resale value. Thanks to its strong following and reputation, the 911 GTS holds its value well, which is great when it's time to upgrade or sell. Cons: high maintenance costs. We've covered this already, but the upkeep on a Porsche isn't cheap. It's important to factor in those high annual costs before buying. Common issues. From oil leaks to clutch wear, there are a few problems that you'll need to address along the way. Not as comfortable as luxury cars. While the 911 GTS is great for driving, the ride can be harsh compared to other luxury sports cars in its class, especially if you opt for the sports suspension. So, is the Porsche 911 GTS worth it? If you're after an exhilarating driving experience and are willing to put up with higher maintenance costs, the answer is absolutely yes. But remember, this isn't a car you buy just to look good. It's a car you buy to drive and enjoy to the fullest. The rewards are there, but they come at a price. I hope this overview helped you get a clearer picture of what owning a Porsche 911 GTS is really like. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe to DriveWise Deals for more deep dives into your favorite cars. And let me know in the comments, what's your dream car? I'd love to hear your thoughts.